Hello everybody, this is Maniac for Bricks, and I am here today with set number 6776, Ogel Control Center from LEGO Alpha Team. This set was released in 2001. It contains 410 pieces, ages 8 to 12, 3 minifigures, and I believe these were in either numbered bags or boxes inside of the packaging. I'm not really sure about that, but anyways, this set originally retailed for about $50 in the United States, and as you can tell by the bottom of it, this was made on the 32 by 32 raised base plate that was very common in the late 90s and early 2000s. It's a massive set. Let's take a closer look at it now. In the center we have Ogel, and next to him we have two henchmen. These are both mind-controlled henchmen. It looked really good. They're the only set from 2001 that included both of these henchmen. And later years they would have different variations, but it's the only set that has these variations. Now, for Ogel, he has the same design as we've seen from previous sets. From 2001 to 2004, much of his design doesn't really change except for just one hand. And I'm actually happy to get this in great condition as far as the helmet. That little visor on top is really great for reflecting, and a lot of mine usually scratched over time, so I'm happy that this one was kept in good condition. Now we'll take a look at his face, simply by taking off the helmet. There's the same face that we get throughout all versions of Ogel, from here and the other sub-themes of Alpha Team. The armor that's on top of him has been used before Alpha Team in the Insectoids theme, and as far as the henchmen, they have the same printing that's later used with some of the other henchmen in Mission Deep Sea. The first model that you build in the instructions, and you build it from one single bag or package, is the Ogel bottle rocket. This is your main transportation in the set. The main vehicle that is used for dropping the mind-controlling orbs all over the world, as you heard in the beginning. I was actually happy to find that bit to use in the intro, because that was from the Alpha Team video game, and sums up a lot of what the sets do. Or at least some of the main sets, like this one. So this is actually pretty cool in its design. I like the way that the colors are used between black, red, trans red, and the old dark gray. That's right, they have old dark gray accenting certain parts, black being the main color along with red stripes. You have some trans red pieces here on some of these opening bays in the middle, the compartments in the back on both sides, and even this trans red cockpit is actually pretty cool. I haven't seen it in that color before, or since this set. You can also fit Ogel inside of here to man the controls in these two levers. He fits in pretty well. The evil orbs would be deposited into here, as you saw in the beginning. We'll take a closer look at that later, but if you need to drop them in a better way, you could just open up the sides. You also have some little deposits on the back. I don't know if these are supposed to be another form of evil orbs, or if they're just a bunch of skulls. You could also open up this bottom section, not like that, but open up with just the hinge opening, and drop them out. Drop them on unsuspecting civilians and mind control them. There are only 3 stickers used throughout this particular model, one on each side of the fin, on the top fin only, and one on the front of the rocket. It's actually a pretty good placement, and I like the logo that's used on there. I don't know if this was intentional with the design of the set. I feel like it might have been, the way that the pins are arranged. But you can take apart these 3 into different parts and rearrange them into a smaller rocket ship. That's a kind of cool idea if you wanted to customize it, maybe make another, special vehicle for Ogel to pilot. You still get some of that dropping function with these parts on the back. So it eliminates the main frame, the main area in the middle for dropping it, but you still can use it in the back. The rocket will be placed in this section, and we'll stabilize it with these 2 pieces on the sides. We'll get more into that feature in just a little bit. On the bottom section, we have our first floor. There's a small entranceway on the side. Nothing really too big to see in that section, though, because it's pretty empty in there. Just enough room to walk figures around. I thought this was a prison, but it's not. It's just a design. And we have a small slope in there that's printed as a computer. The next two floors up have more exciting features to them. First of all, you can take off this whole assembly from here, because this whole section is put in by 4 jumpers. I didn't even know they did that at this time for LEGO. But it is pretty cool. Now, aside from that, you can also use this whole section as a way to run to the escape helicopter. This fits a minifigure nicely, spins on the propeller. It's pretty simple. You could also move this back a little bit, but sometimes the back portion will fall off, but still works. But the more exciting part is the loading function between tilting the skull in the front to dropping these into a tray and then putting them into the bottle rocket. We'll have to open this section for that all to happen. So I think it's best to just show you without having to explain it. The function for making the skull tilt and the trapdoor work is seen from the back right here. It also has an elastic band on the top to revert it back to its normal position. On the top is where we have Ogel doing his scheming. We have these fancy looking areas on top, but there's a special mechanism to this one that actually involves another set. Of course, you could always play with this as itself. You simply knock these 2 towers over. This whole top part will slide down, and this will also slide off with it. But I'll show you that with the other set. With set number 6775, the Alpha Team Bomb Squad, you're encouraged to use the cannon feature on the second vehicle to launch the missiles at the Ogel base. Oh, almost did it. I'm not sure if this was an intended feature, but it still works. Set number 6771, Ogel's Command Striker, is able to fit in this small docking area next to the base. It's actually a nice idea to make it more complete for the 2001 Ogel-related Alpha Team sets. When I purchased this set from a used seller, I was lucky enough to get the original box for this set to show you in nice detail what this typical Alpha Team set would look like. It would show the main character on the side with their name. It also shows you the main set here, a bunch of the information scattered about. On the top of it, it would show you the characters involved with the set, more colored in, and some of the other ones are faded out, so it encourages you to collect more of them. Around the sides, you'll get to see the alternate models on the back, and a little bit of the play features with the set. I don't know if this was part of the original box, but I still like it as a sticker. Alpha Team will prevail. It also shows you another alternate... Oh no, it was on this side. It shows you another alternate build for this particular set, which is pretty cool. It's awesome to get this box. The instructions for this set were relatively large. It's a giant book full of instructions, and they show you on here that they're in a small box, but again, I don't know if that was actually how they were packaged inside of the larger set. It's still pretty cool though. And let me skip all the way to the backs, which shows you some of the comic in here. You could probably look up the instructions at a later time if you do a quick search online for this set and see the instructions. You could see this little assembly in the comic form. It's actually a nice art style. They had this in here, but it wasn't included in the original set. but it is pretty cool. And it also gives us the idea that this was in a volcano. You can see by some of the background that this was shooting out with the rocket from a volcano. It also incorporates some of the other sets in the comic, which is a nice idea. And it also shows you a small puzzle in the back, usually a maze. Use the access code on lego.com at the time for some secrets, and it gives you the alternate builds in the back. I actually like this one. This one looks pretty cool. Overall, I think this is an excellent set. It may be a little bit of nostalgia for the theme, but I've never owned this, and building it was actually kind of fun. I liked all the different levels that had, most of them, different features. I liked the whole mechanism to make the skull move down and actually load up the bottle rocket with the little tray there. It's actually pretty cool how that's designed, and pretty good build to it. I like the distribution of everything, so it makes it seem like it's covering most of the base plate, even though we have a few open areas. That's okay to me, and I still like how it kind of helps you integrate some of the other Alpha Team sets to play along with this one, as I showed you earlier. So thank you for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Be sure to check out some other LEGO Alpha Team reviews that I've published on my channel. You will also get to see some other Ogel-related sets at a later time, so stay tuned for those, as well as not only Alpha Team 2001, but also 2002, which had Mission Deep Sea, and 2004, which had Mission Deep Freeze. Thank you for watching this video, and we'll see you next time with more LEGO videos.